Okay, we are on
Hey-o.
episode number 17 of the Luke and Brett show. And we're doing a little bit of different format today simply because of the fact that we're going to go over some cool stuff today. I think we're going to be going over some cool stuff today. How you doing, Luke?
I'm doing good, man. I've been geeking out on some automation stuff, which is artificial intelligence, which is kind of why we're here. And really, this is like completely impromptu. Like, there's no script. We're just gonna kind of jump in and play around and see where things go. And I think that's one of the cool things about like what we're gonna jump into right now is the fact that like it can just like take over, not like, you know, not scary wise, but it just sees where it goes. Just this rabbit hole of like, where can this take you and the applicability of it. So it should be pretty cool to just kind of jump in and play around.
Yeah, and to kind of give a backstory on how we came up with today's subject. So for those of you that want to know, we're going to be talking about ChatGPT. And this is something that just debuted a few weeks ago. It's an open artificial intelligence tool. And Luke has been geeking out on it this last couple of weeks. It's pretty amazing. I saw that video that you created and I think you did it in your reels.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to walk us through on everything that he's learned, how he's utilizing it, how you can utilize it, how I can utilize it, because we talk about different subjects that we want to talk about. And he literally sent me over this list about it, the length of my arm that AI created for him. And I'm like, well, hey, how about you walk me through ChatGPT? So, and really it's kind of a selfish reason because I don't want to do the research that you have done. If you can just bring me up to speed where you're at.
Yeah.
So, I think it's
and,
awesome.
and here's the cool thing. There's not a whole lot of like, there's no learning curve, right? It's like language, it's open, it's conversational, and it compounds. So I mean, really the best way to kind of is just really literally just jump in. So I'm gonna share my screen here and probably I think just kind of like letting you like put some prompts in or be like, hey, what do we want to ask? So when you jump in, so if you're following along from home, you can go to openai.com. At the very top of it, there's going to be a link that says try, at least as of right now, try. It has been under a lot of requests right now, so it's been kind of backed up as far as letting people in.
Yeah, so it shut down. We tried, we were going to do this and he was going to walk me through on how to set mine up, but I wasn't able to set it up because their servers are getting hammered. And so I had to put in my email and they're going to let me know when I can try it.
Right. So
now there's no cost to this, right, Luke? This is OpenAI.
No, as of right now, there's not.
I read an article saying that they might turn it into a paid version, but right now they're just looking to get people to use it so the AI can learn. Ultimately, there'll probably be a charge to it because, no different. I mean, they got to be profitable somehow.
Yeah.
And
so this is like a base layer. Like right now, you've heard of like products like Jasper or other AI writing type tools, copy AI. Like they use this as their modeling, from my understanding. I'm not a lot of this stuff is still like way above my pay grade, but this is like the engine behind a lot of it. So I can't imagine that there won't be a lot of commercial uses of it. Really, honestly, though, like where I see this, and I kid you not, this very well could be a challenge to Google.
wow.
Yeah. So like it is that remarkable in regards to like when you play around with it, you get in, you're like, oh man, I can actually see how this could be a challenge to that. So jump in here.
Which means they'll probably buy it.
Yeah, I mean, there's
or they'll probably debut something very, very soon because that's what we've always seen. What was it? Periscope that came out and
Right.
was just killing it. And then everyone else, all the social media platforms came out with their own and just killed it overnight. So I would imagine that
It's
someone
funny when
like
you think
Google.
about it's funny when you think about this, some of the things that like they were so hot at the time, and now you're like, oh yeah, like you mentioned Periscope, and I'm like, man, I don't even, what happened to that?
It disappeared.
It
The
was like
Periscope went
all the
down.
rage there. So cool, man. So literally come in here and
Can you
um
command plus on that so we can zoom in a little bit on that?
yeah, let me see.
There we go.
That better?
Yeah.
Cool. So what do we want to know?
Look, so we can't walk through and get started. So you're utilizing this. Show me how you came up with all those titles. So one of the hard thing that we talk about, and that I hear from agents all the time, is that they see the importance of creating content, but a lot of times they come up with writer's block.
Right.
So you and I experience this on the weekly because we always want to drive new content, new and valuable content to our audience. So show me how you did that. Okay, so you just logged in. Is this the home screen?
This is the home screen. You log in right here. So let's say create a content plan. Ideas for real estate agents.
That's it? Well,
And then
when you said there's no learning curve, I'm thinking to myself, there's always a learning curve. Sure. Here's a list of content ideas for real estate agent. Local market updates. Create regular posts about the local real estate market, including information on home prices. That's awesome. Home buying and selling tips. Okay, those are great. Neighborhood guides. Yep, I talk about those all the time. Home staging and designs. Personal branding. Oh my Lord. Local events. And I'm hoping the people that are watching this are writing these down, because so far there's 9 behind the scene tools. Give your audience behind the scene look. This is awesome. How many do they typically punch out? Oh,
gave
10.
us 10 right there. I mean, if we asked for 50, it would make 50. So,
oh my gosh, Luke. So are you telling me that we can say, give me a 52-week content plan? And so it'll create 52 ideas. So all they have to do, that's their weekly content.
And then you take that and it's like, write a blog post about this, convert this to an email, write me a video script based off of these topics.
My Lord.
So,
okay, now I see what you're talking about, that this is truly a game changer.
So we go from here. Now we got a list of content ideas for real estate agents. Did something from here catch your eye?
Let me see. Neighborhood guides, home staging. Go up. I like the home, the neighborhood guides.
Neighborhood guides.
I like number 1, local market updates. I think
Okay.
Given what's happening with inflation, what's happening with the market, one of the things that I'm often talking to agents about, I'm really pushing them to come up with a consistent delivery of market conditions. So that's key.
Okay. So can you create a marketing plan and you could even do like number 1. You don't have to type the rest of that. Let me just do this. I'll back this out. and it's doing its thinking. So
I feel like I need to put in this. Oh my gosh. Determine your target audience. Huge. We talk about that all the time. Set your goals. Yep. Choose your content format. Research and gather data. Create a content calendar. Promote your content. This includes, oh my Lord, this is great. This is great. 7. You now have a 7-step plan to create a plan around market data, market conditions.
So, now there's things.
This is when you get onto this, it's a Chrome plugin, right?
This is just web-based right here, so it's not a plugin. So we have started out, we have create a list of content ideas for real estate agents. Local market update was number 1. Expanded, create a marketing plan around number 1. Now let's say you said create like you're talking about like a weekly thing. So
look, there's 52 weeks in a year.
Can you format this in actually, let's just do 4 weeks. 8 weeks. Wait, there were 7 things, 7 weeks. Can you format this in a table for 7 weeks? Here's an outline marketing plan.
Wow. So target audience, first-time home buyers. Goal is to generate lead, content format, blog post, data source, National Association of Realtors, topic, home prices in local areas. Luxury buyers, wow. Share on social media, email list. Oh, this is just one example how you can structure your marketing plan. You can adjust the plan to fit specific goals. Holy cow. Yeah, that definitely makes things a little bit easy. You know, what's interesting, I'm reading a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. And it's been around for a while. I heard about the book by listening to Dan Kennedy, and he's not the original author of it, but he did the new version of it because it was originally written
Caldini.
50s or 60s. And in there, it was starting to talk about how amazing our mind is, how fast it processes. And, just so when you start looking, and he used the Defense Department as an example, the fact that we actually have missiles that can go and track other missiles in flight and make adjustments on the fly is amazing. And that comes down to artificial intelligence. But then it starts talking about the human mind. And it gave an example of watching a baseball game. And you have an outfielder out there and the ball gets hit. And all of a sudden, that baseball player's mind is calculating how fast that ball's going, what the windage is, where he needs to go, adjusting the speed of his body all at the same time. And so I sat there reading that and I'm just like going, wow. And then now we're talking about artificial intelligence, because this just saved roughly at least an hour of work just by getting the topics. I mean, everything that you just did here that just happened in a fraction of a second, could easily take anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour to put that information together. So those 3 questions you just did probably saved me at least 2 hours to 3 hours.
I think it's like way more than that personally, because when you look at this stuff, like just the ability to kind of like formulate this and format it. I mean, writing things out, researching, studying, like what should I do? What should I think about? Like all that mental bandwidth is, so where I really see a lot of the benefits from a lot of this stuff here is like being able to take people's ideas that they have floating around. Because, one of the things that I was mentioning in another video was like everybody has this like Christmas wish list, like this ongoing running of like every time I talk with anybody, like agents, lenders, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, all really, really good ideas, right? But it's like the implementation and the execution of it that this will allow all of those ideas from people to be able to actually start to implement more of them. Because from my experience, like so many people, they have really good ideas, they have a really good game plan, but we get busy with the day-to-day stuff where, like for example, today I'm jumping on, I'm doing tech stuff. My accountant's messaging me for documents and stuff, right? So it's like all the the time that I would have had to like do whatever I want to do gets taken over by stuff that I need to do.
Yeah.
So things like it's stuff like
this. Will this write a 1,000-word article for you? Will it write like
write an entire book?
Write me a 1,000-word post on local market real estate conditions in Irvine, California.
A 1,000-word.
Yeah, 1,000 words. I think that's a good solid
1,000-word. You said article or report?
Report. Post. Blog post.
Post on
real estate market conditions in Irvine, California.
Sometimes it's not the best at like pulling like actual data, like scraping. So we'll see what
this will get you a rough draft and
see what it comes up with here.
And it's thinking. Oh yeah, let me do that. What? Okay, that is absolutely crazy. So you can take this, take it as your first draft, and then you can actually modify that. There is absolutely no reason why you can't create unique content on the daily now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take this
relatively quickly. The median was just 27 days on the market, significantly faster than the national average, which is current.
So you could use this as a blog post. You could turn this into a video script. You can break this up into a course. You could quote little sections out of it. Dude, this is crazy. Now I can tell you that this by itself just saved a half a day of work.
Right. Research, data, you send this out, the video that I made, and I made a little bit of a longer video too on YouTube, where it was taking stuff like this, using high level, using platform to put out a blog, put out an email newsletter, and then blast out to all the social media accounts.
You did that already?
I've been cranking it out. You should see my.
How much engagement are you getting?
It is. I have to check, but I just I know so as an example though, like with this right now, I have virtual assistants pumping out like about 5 blog posts a day right now. So this is all within the last week.
Wow.
Of like, hey, there's an amazing tool that literally just eliminated the content creation process or the mental capacity to think about putting this stuff out there, creating content and distributing it out. So, having a virtual assistant put together like 5 blog posts a day. Now, one thing that I did hear from getting feedback from Google is they're like, hey, like we're looking for this and we will, I feel like they obviously can clearly see it as a threat and will try to kind of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Put a quash on it. So.
Well, look, we have our last, I can't remember what video it was. It was episode 15 where we talked about the top technology and tools that we use. So you still need to use that for a deployment strategy. And I think we did a video back towards the beginning of the episodes on episode number 8, and that is how to find, hire, and train a virtual assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So quite easily, we have given all the tools. Now, here's the thing. When you sign up for this, I couldn't get access to this. Their servers are being hammered, so I'm waiting to get signed up. But you take this content, you figure out how you work it, you train your virtual assistant on to do it, and then you use all those things that we talk about in episode 15 and deploy that. And now you have a consistent flow of real estate or consistent flow of creation. I mean, you still have to do the creative. You still have to, you're not going to be able to have your virtual assistant turn into yourself or you.
Right.
If you're still going to have to do the video, but this just it just eliminated, it just saved you hours upon hours upon hours of everything.
Yeah. And really like, I think for a lot of times, like to tie a lot of that stuff together, I mean, now we're talking about taking, like what I would do is I would send just a voice note over to my virtual assistant. Hey, this is what I'm thinking in my mind right now today, or this is what's floating around. Can you do something with this? Right. So you shoot over whatever's top of mind or current event or whatever and say, hey, can you create some content or create some information based off of this? And then in a matter of just minutes, you can have a whole checklist of stuff ready to go at your disposal.
So you do that top of mind to your virtual assistant. Your virtual assistant goes to ChatGPT. They come up with it, and then it comes back to you. You pick and choose what you want to do. You put it on their radar, and then they start creating it and putting it into the technology to deploy.
Yep. So, I mean, as a good example, just yesterday, I shot a message over to an assistant. I said, hey, can you create a series of weekly emails for real estate agents that's going to go out for 52 weeks that is timeless, right? So it can go out year after year.
You can just put it on autopilot.
Based off of the month of the year, the week. So if it's like, if it's, Valentine's or whatever, it's going to have something that's based around that. But I was, hey, can you create this where we can get it plugged in and applied to all of our clients across the board? And bam, in a matter of minutes, we got a product improvement, just light speed like that.
Wow. So, and then
now
you took that into And then, so you took that, you built out that 52-week plan and put that into Go High Level. You made it into a, what do they call it?
Created a snapshot and pushed
created a
it out to
snapshot of
all
that.
of our clients.
Deployed it out to all your clients, and now they can.
Now in a matter of week, you know, in a matter of just hours, have now this value's been, you know, expanded out to all of our clients at scale with the push of a button through High Level in a new snapshot, all added to their accounts. And then we have one video right now where it's like, hey, here's this week's weekly newsletter, you know, or weekly newsletter that you can send out to all of your prospects. You know, give it a quick look over. You know, if you like it, press go. Here's how to edit it if you want to edit anything, and just press send. Like, it's all queued up, ready to go,
awesome.
And bam. And so we've been doing that with social media posts where it's like, hey, this, you know, January has been added to your accounts. Just give them a quick look over. But now there's just, you know, so we're moving into like blog posts and other things right now for and
it's all general information. So
yeah.
And you're using ChatGPT to actually build out that initial draft.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's awesome. Well, now I'm excited for my thing to get approved.
Try
that could be a day, that could be a week, that could be next year, which isn't that far away.
Try logging in from your phone or different devices. And then that way you can, a lot of times based off of your IP, you can get you can get in, and then once you create an account, then it should usually recognize things.
Let's see.
And you know, don't do the cheat code and finish your book using this in the next
I'm not
3 hours.
That's real estate scripts. Oh, it's allowing me to sign up.
There you go. So you can start playing around. But
yeah, I just got set up. Good call,
there you go.
Luke.
So now you can probably see why I've been geeking out and pinging you about this over the past week. I'm like, man, you got to check this out.
Okay, so my email was verified, and so now I'm logging in, and okay, looks like I can officially geek out now too.
There you go.
Put your phone number in. I guess I could have walked through the process of doing this, but too late now.
That's all right.
Please enter a code we just sent you.
Well, my friend, shall we?
Yeah, let's call that good. So this was, I think we're doing well on keeping the value nuggets keep coming. I think next week we're going to have a little bit more to talk about, just because now I'm going to have a week on playing with this and seeing how to utilize this. And of course, we'll bring this to everybody else.
Awesome.
So that's all I got. Well, Luke, until next week,
my man.
talk to you later.
Take care.
Bye.